So yeah, I guess this is a good transition into kind of talking about White Whale and what White Whale does, right? Like in a lot of detail, like so how did the project get started, the team, and then just like the purpose and um, your USP.
Sure. So the White Whale team, we started, I think, 2 years ago, back on what's now called Terra Classic. And back in the days, we were a application with around 40 or 50 million in TVL. And the goal was to, ironically, defend the peg. Now, that didn't work out. So at the end of the day, it was 40, 50 million of capital trying to defend 25 billion. So everybody knows how that went.
It was
Yeah, and then
working
yeah, to
on
to a
on the
certain
test net.
extent.
Like I
Yeah.
saw tests, they were like literally stabilizing the price extremely, but the rest of just politics, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, and then in May, I think it was May, when Terra collapsed, obviously our business model, our product wasn't viable anymore. So a lot of Terra projects, they did the wrong thing. They left with whatever money they had left and then just disappeared. But we decided to keep on building in this space. So nobody from the team left. So we all stick together and used the moment of silence to think, all right, what are the technological trends happening right now? What problems will arise as we move towards them, and how can we solve them? And that's where we saw, really in front of us, this vision of multiple blockchains, not just one blockchain, but you have Ethereum, you have Avalanche system with their subnets, or now they call them app chains. You have the Polkadot, you have Cosmos, and so on. So you really have a lot of different chains and ecosystems. And one problem that arises with this is that on a lot of these chains you have money markets. It could be a DEX, it could be a lending market, it could be whatever. But as you get more chains, the liquidity starts to spread really thin, because now liquidity is not just living on Ethereum, it's living on 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 chains. And that's a problem. I mean, how are you going to buy something big as a whale or institution when you have to scrap together your coins from 30 different chains? So that's not really working. So we saw that this is a problem. So as the blockchain ecosystem in general grows, there will be increasingly market inefficiencies from fractured liquidity. Another market inefficiency that arises with this is just because someone does a big swap or big buy of ETH on Uniswap doesn't mean that the price of ETH is changing on Avalanche. So that's where interchain arbitrage comes into play. But really, so as the whole thing grows, there's inefficiencies. And we thought it would be cool to minimize this. So for the users, so for the retail end users who interact with this, for example, who want to swap something, for the LPers who don't want to manage liquidity positions on 50 different chains, but just want one interface to get liquidity, put liquidity in, and in the back end it's everywhere. So really we're trying to abstract away the complexities of this multi-chain future that we're envisioning. And that's what we'll build our protocol around. And I think you can best envision it as some kind of aqueduct system between cities. So where every city is a blockchain and water needs to flow between them, or liquidity needs to be where there's the most demand. And that right now this is very inefficient, and we're trying to make it more efficient so that liquidity can flow wherever it's needed. Does that make sense?
Nice. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.